I want to do something today that you don't often see from someone in my position. I promote a supplement called Mitochondrial, and one of its two main ingredients is PQQ. So today, I'm going to give you a genuinely honest evidence review of that ingredient. What the research actually supports, what it doesn't, and where the evidence is genuinely thin. Because if you're going to decide whether something is worth your money, you should get the real picture, not the marketing version. And frankly, if I'm not willing to tell you the weaknesses, you shouldn't trust me on the strengths either. Let's start with what PQQ actually is. The full name is pyrroloquinoline quinone. It's a small molecule, classified as a redox cofactor, which means it participates in reactions that transfer electrons. It's found in a number of foods, natto, parsley, green tea, green peppers, and kiwi fruit among them. It's also present in human tissues and in breast milk. Now, one thing worth clearing up. PQQ is sometimes marketed as a vitamin. It isn't officially classified as one for humans because we haven't established a definitive deficiency disease. It's better described as a bioactive food compound. Now let's talk about why researchers got genuinely interested in it, because this part is real and it's why the ingredient is in the product at all. PQQ activates a pathway called PGC1-alpha. If you've been watching this channel, that name should be familiar by now. It's come up in our videos on exercise, on AMPK, on ketones, and on muscle. PGC1-alpha is essentially the master regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis, the process by which your cells build brand new mitochondria. It's the switch your body flips when you exercise, and the research showing PQQ activates it is solid mechanistically. A landmark study demonstrated that PQQ stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis by phosphorylating a protein called CREB and increasing PGC1-alpha expression. And importantly, when researchers used genetic tools to block PGC1-alpha, PQQ stopped working. That's a well-designed experiment because it doesn't just show a correlation, it shows the pathway is genuinely required for the effect. Other research has found PQQ works through a related route involving sirtuin-1, and that it raises NAD levels inside cells, which ties directly back to our video on NAD. There's also a genuinely intriguing nutritional finding. When mice and rats are fed diets specifically lacking PQQ, they end up with reduced mitochondrial content. That suggests PQQ isn't just a random compound that happens to do something in a petri dish. It appears to have a real biological role. So that's the case for it. Now let me give you the other side, honestly. The first and biggest limitation is this. Almost everything I just described comes from cell cultures and animal studies. Mouse liver cells, mouse fibroblasts, rats on deficient diets. That's genuinely valuable science, and it's how you establish a mechanism. But it is not the same as proving a benefit in a healthy human being who swallows a capsule. So what about human trials? They exist, and some are encouraging. Research in human subjects has found that dietary PQQ altered markers of inflammation and mitochondrial-related metabolism, improving antioxidant potential and changing urinary metabolites in ways that suggest real mitochondrial effects. There's also been work on exercise capacity and on cognitive measures. But here's the honest scale of it. If you tally up the peer-reviewed PQQ studies, you're looking at roughly 10 of them, with something on the order of 150 participants in total across all of them combined. Let that land for a moment. 150 people total. Now compare that to creatine, which I covered a few weeks ago, with more than 30 years of research and many thousands of participants across hundreds of trials. These are not remotely the same tier of evidence. PQQ is an early-stage, promising compound. Creatine is a settled question. Anyone presenting them as equivalent is misleading you. And there's a second honest limitation. PQQ doesn't always work. In a recent study using human cells, researchers found that a 24-hour PQQ treatment failed to change mitochondrial content or the levels of the key biogenesis proteins at all. The researchers noted plainly that the effects of PQQ are highly context-dependent, varying with concentration, cell type, and the metabolic state of the cell. That's an important caveat. It's not a switch that reliably flips in every tissue under every condition. So here is my honest verdict on PQQ, the ingredient in the product I promote. The mechanism is real and well characterized, and it targets exactly the right pathway, the same one exercise uses. The animal evidence is genuinely interesting. The early human data is promising and points in a favorable direction. But the human evidence base is small, the effects appear context-dependent, and it is not proven to boost energy in a healthy person. If you see an advertisement claiming PQQ will transform your energy or reverse your aging, that claim is running well ahead of the science, and I won't make it. And here's the point I most want to leave you with, even though it's the least commercially convenient thing I could say. Exercise activates that same PGC1 alpha pathway. The evidence for exercise is overwhelming, spanning decades and enormous numbers of people, and it costs nothing. So if you're weighing whether to start moving your body more or to buy a supplement, the answer is genuinely not close. Move. Where a supplement like Mitochondrial can reasonably fit is as a modest support alongside those foundations, for someone who's already doing the basics and wants additional mitochondrial support. That's an honest place for it. What it isn't is a shortcut, a replacement, or a proven energy booster. And now that you know the actual state of the evidence, you can make that call for yourself, which is exactly how it should be. That's the honest picture. Check the link in the description below to learn more about Mitochondrial, which contains PQQ and CoQ10. And if you appreciate a channel willing to tell you the weaknesses of its own product, hit subscribe. Every week we break down the real cellular science of healthy energy in plain language you can use. We post every morning. I want to be fully transparent with you. The link in the description below is an affiliate link. I might earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I only share what I genuinely think is helpful. This video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet or lifestyle.